All right, so I'm in here, got the arch cut out of this wall, got the wall laid out here. It's basically moving over 10.5 inches. So gonna try to minimize the casualties here and running with the Beast, the Milwaukee Sawzall. Kept the entire arch intact, which is nice. So now we're just gonna go ahead and line it up, cut this sill out of here, transfer it to over here, make the swap, nail this thing back in, make sure it's plumb, and then move on to wall number dos. All right, here's the update. Arch number 1 has been moved. So here's my lines on the floor to working alongside the kitchen plan here. So we got basically 34.25 here. So that gives me 4 inches of trim back to the cabinet here, which is perfect. And then considering a 1/2 inch for drywall on that side. I need 57, I have 61 and a 1/2 inches on this side. So basically it allows me for 4 inches of trim on each side of this beautiful little arch. So what am I using? Well, the smorgasbord of tools, my Milwaukee Sawzall for this, my Makita 3.5 inch 21 degree nailer, and of course my trusty respirator and Makita saw. So over here on this one, I've marked my lines to 34.25, which is where this sill has to be cut. I've carefully removed all my electrical and noted where all of this goes, because I believe some of this might have to be repulled. We'll see. Might be one more punch for the electrician, hopefully not. Maybe just be able to use a junction box, but that's the scenario now. So saw cut this sill, pull it. I might get another new piece of PT instead of using that scab piece and extend it to here. So let's get going. All right, status. This sucks. Had to dismantle all this electrical. I know where it all goes, which is good, but I also had to take out a corner stud to get the arch, the already made arch that I don't feel like rebuilding again, back into that bay. Down there, I've got my new sill mounted here. Got my 37.5 inch arch opening done. So now it's just a matter of getting this arch set and then rerouting those electrical lines through the header in a different location, because those are not going to work where they are. So yeah. Okay, so where I'm going to stop it for today. These arches have been moved. Electrical is in its respected receptacles. I have to do some drilling and repulling of the yellow and white Romex down, and then remounting of some of the outlets and switches. But all things considered, it is a finished job. Just some detail work tomorrow. Probably maybe an hour of just cleanup and finish work, but it is done. So I'll clean up tomorrow, spend some time with my daughter and my wife before it's way too late. So these are now moved, nice and square, level, got adequate room now, longer here, shorter here. It will all balance when this is an L. Plenty of room for a mail desk still. The butler's pantry got a little bit longer over here by 10.5 inches. So also need to reset a stud over here in the middle of this bay because that's too far apart. So, yep, good stuff. So what I'm doing today is this, rerouting where the old wires were pulled from, and then adding them to this new side stud, and then putting in the proper retainers down. I still need to get some nailing plates, but this is where I'm at. So I just got to relocate these switches on this side, set this up. Should be good to go. All right, that's a wrap. That is a finished job, vacuum swept and done. So to recap, this arch moved over 10.5 inches. That arch moved over 10.5 inches. And in the process, we had much electric to move, which is here. I actually caught something too. This outlet that was on the other side of the wall was actually supposed to be on this side at desk height because there's a desk going here. So I caught that by accident, but there's everything in there. The only thing I have to do tomorrow is put on some nail plates. I got quite a few to put in here, up there, one there, a couple more tethers I got to pick up. But all in all, did not have to re-pull this. I just kind of did the S maneuver. That's not my preferred way of doing it, but still safe. So that's the only issue with moving everything that I ran into. I mean, it's a lot of Romex to re-pull. So I will be showing that to the electrical contractor to make sure that's kosher, but everything else is fine downrange. All of the nailing and everything is good to go. Everything's flush. And then I also built a corner here with some 2x4 on the inside. So this is a nice 90-degree plane so they can attach their drywall to the majority of it, because it's a bit of a weird spot with all this electrical on the wall. So that was a bit of a challenge, but I think it is good and good to code. I just need to get some nail plates, but that is a done job. God, what a pain. Much better we caught it now than when we got to drywall phase, because that would have absolutely sucked. The dueling arches, because if you think about it, this would have been tiled, would have been drywalled, probably on the trim, and then getting into the kitchen remod, which is at the end, we would have been going to uh-oh. So getting a cabinet reordered is not in the cards if you've looked at the wait times on cabinets. So these arches had to be bang on perfect. So when this is all said and done, it'll just be a distant memory, something I can laugh at, but that's done. So sometimes you gotta own up to your mistakes, which I'll own up to this one. It was my day to supervise when they were laying out this main arch, and shame on me for not having my kitchen plan in hand, because I knew that this arch was dependent on, or this arch was dependent on this one once the wall was demoed. So we couldn't determine the length of this wall very accurately with the thickness of this wall and all the stuff in the way. So yep, my fault, but I tried to make good on it. I think we're good. Again, I'll have the electrical contractor come back, verify that all my electrical is good and up to code, and then if we need to revise, we will. But that's a finished job, guys. So thanks for watching. Thumbs up if this helped you, and I'll get you in the next one. Later.